Hey everyone, I am back. Okay, so I'm looking at a small project for today. So what we have here is a solid black knit remnant. Let's take a closer look at it. It's sheer, very sheer. Can you see the fingers there, right? And when I get in a little closer, there's like a little ribbon to it. Alright, and then there's a bit of stretch this way, I think. Just a little bit of stretch to it. And over here I have some printed scraps of from a previous project. So it's just a little bit of print, which goes well as a contrast for this solid black. And the usual suspects, measuring tape and scissors. And what I'm going to do today in this small project is a simple men's tee. So I'll show you how I drafted that, and then we'll move on from there. Okay. Alright, so what I did was I took some paper, tracing paper, and I cloned the bodice of the shirt. I'm ready to wear a shirt. So what you're seeing here is the pencil marks for the pattern itself, and then the extension for the seam allowance, 5/8 inch. And what I did was I did it all in one. The paper is folded. Okay, it's folded. And this is the folded edge, alright, around the line here. So I traced the shoulder, the neck band, and where the back neck band is, and where the back stops. And this piece is actually just loose 1/2, so that I can flip and use either side when I'm ready. Or I can open it out flat and just cut one piece for front and one for back. So it's as simple as that on the fold, or you can open it out. For the bottom, I used the 1-inch hem allowance for the length, and that's pretty much it. I have another video on how I cloned the tunic, so I'll leave a link to that video so you can see how easy it is to use the tracing wheel and just prepare your own patterns. This is the sleeve pattern here now. A little difference, of course, with the front slope and the back slope, and this is just a short sleeve pattern. So again, 1-inch hem allowance, and I did a 5/8 inch seam allowance. So that's the short sleeve. If you fold it, let's see. Of course, you know there's gonna be a slight difference between front and back. It's not gonna match exactly, but this is meant to be the sleeve pattern, and it's a short sleeve. Now, I'm not sure if I'm going to be using this or if I'll do sleeveless, depending on how much I can get out of the remnant that I have. But there you have it, just two simple pieces, the sleeve and the bodice. And now we're going to cut and start sewing. Okay, so I've pinned it. This is the fold. So this is the front and the back pattern. But let me show you what I did. It's actually on a double fold. So this is the first fold, this is the second fold. So basically you just take the length of the fabric, flip it back on itself, and get that double fold. Makes it easier. I can cut the front and the back together. So I'm gonna cut the back first, separate the folds, and cut the front piece. So that's it. right across here. I only need 2 of this, so I'm not gonna go through all 4 pieces here. So I'll just cut out 2 out of the sleeve length, and that's all we have to cut for now. The printed fabric, I think I'm gonna cut a little pocket tee on this, and the bands for the neck, not sure yet. I'm either going to make it the same solid black, or I'll see if it looks good with the print as well. So those are the only other cutting pieces that will be necessary. After that is straight sewing. Alright, so the pieces are cut, and I have pinned the front to the back. This is the shoulder, so I just pinned it across. When I first started sewing, I pinned this way in the seam, and I've just continued in that manner. I know some are now pinning crossways, but I'm happy doing it this way. So I've just pinned it across. That's one shoulder. This is the front, and I pinned the other shoulder across. And so now I'm just going to stitch those 2 shoulders seams together. Okay, so I've lined it up with the 5/8 inch line on my machine, and I've changed the stitch to a stretch stitch, a zigzag stitch, and I will be sewing now along that 5/8 inch seam. Pulling out the pins as I get to them, as usual. And back stitch at the end. Okay, so the shoulders, both of them are stitched, alright, using a stretch stitch, a zigzag stitch, and I decided to do the pocket out of the contrast fabric, the print fabric. So I'm just figuring out placement here to the left front of the shirt. Alright, once I've gotten the placement right, I'll mark that and prepare the pocket. And then I've also stitched cut the strip of for the neckband out of the contrast fabric. So up at the band here, we will fold the strip and top stitch it to create the neckband around that edge here. So no more than possibly 1/2 inch will be showing for around the neck. So that's the basic tee really. So neckband contrast, pocket contrast. The sleeves are going to be solid black. So once I've done the neckband and the pocket, then I'll move to the sleeves and stitching up the side seams. Okay, so the pocket is on, the neck is in, the sleeves are in using the flat method, which means that the arm is still open here. So all that remains is to do the stitching, the close of the arm and the sides that are open, both sides. And then we'll hem. So that's what it's looking like after the stitching. Hi everybody, it's raining in the background. What I'm doing here is adding a very short placket to the neckband. The print fabric doesn't have as much stretch, so what the placket will do is allow it to allow the opening over the neck. So it's very short, it's just 2 strips. This is the right side, this is the wrong side of the shirt. So the right side is against the wrong side of the split that I'll make, and the right side of the other strip is against the wrong side. So I'm just gonna sew down probably to here, just a little bit, opening, and do the placket, turn it into the front top stitch, and have a small opening at the front of the shirt. Okay, it's all finished now. A simple pocket t-shirt, men's, with a contrast pocket and contrast neckband, a little placket. That's it, all finished. Very simple project.